Biochemistry is the distinct branch of science that combines biological and chemical methods to study the molecular basis of life. It encompasses incredibly active and diverse fields of scientific research, providing the foundations of many other scientific disciplines and impacting upon almost every aspect of our lives. For example, some biochemists focus on decoding the genetic information in DNA, identifying specific genes and characterizing the proteins they code for, advancing the fields of genetics and proteomics. Biochemistry has also identified the anomalies and disruptions in metabolic pathways that lead to some disease, and so their input into pharmacological research is vital for the development of new and improved medicines. To continue into a career that involves biochemistry, it's not absolutely necessary to study the subject at a university. It's possible to learn biochemistry skills and expertise as part of an on-the-job training, for example, in relevant industry or in a research institute. Biochemical skills and knowledge are also often obtained through training on other courses, including some outside of higher education, and this approach is particularly important in some disciplines, such as those involving medicine or health sciences. The majority of biochemists do obtain their first training in the subject at an institute of higher education. Many universities around the world teach courses that involve biochemistry, particularly if they have a link to current research in the sciences. All courses will cover the basic details that are highlighted in this MOOC, such as the metabolic pathways that exist in all cells. But there will also be differences in the focus of the subject at different universities, because the advanced levels of the course will usually link to research that's being undertaken at that university. There will also be differences in the way that the subject is delivered. Some universities have specific departments of biochemistry, while others teach the subject from a combination of their experts in departments of biology and chemistry. Each approach to gaining a training in biochemistry brings its own benefits, and if you're planning to study biochemistry at advanced levels, you should choose your course after thinking carefully about the approach and subject details that you favour. However, whatever course you choose, you can be sure that a biochemistry course will teach you about exciting science and train you in practical skills that are highly valued.
If you chose to study either biology or chemistry at advanced levels in high school, you probably already understand some key biochemistry of cells, such as the chemical basis of DNA and how it facilitates the replication of genetic information. You might also be familiar with the structural levels of proteins and how different types of chemical bonds stabilize these structures, enabling the proteins to carry out their functions. This knowledge is based upon discoveries made by biochemists and now constitutes fundamental principles in the biochemical field of molecular biology. The understanding of how a structure of a molecule relates to its function is central to biochemistry, and this information now allows biochemists to predict how molecules will function and interact with each other. The borders to the subject of biochemistry are not easy to define, and in the next 2 weeks of this course we will highlight how the breadth of the subject is the source of its potential to improve many aspects of our lives. For example, biochemists are at the forefront of research into addressing environmental degradation, and advanced biochemical technologies are likely to play a crucial role in our efforts to achieve a sustainable means of living worldwide. In the second week of this course, we will introduce some key examples of current biochemical studies that aim to increase the efficiency of how we generate and use energy. Cells have evolved with very elegant mechanisms of harnessing energy and converting it into a form that can be used for biological processes. The understanding of these metabolic processes is the inspiration for the design and development of advanced biotechnology products that can be used to generate novel types of bioenergy. In addition to carrying out the metabolic processes that make the essential components of life, such as amino acids, carbohydrates, and nucleotides, some cells also have unique metabolic pathways that produce other chemicals, providing additional functions for the organisms. These chemicals are known as natural products. By identifying the natural products that are essential for healthy living, biochemical research has been fundamental in increasing public understanding of the importance of good nutrition. In week 3 of this course, we will explore how biochemistry can help us make informed choices about what we eat in order to promote good health. Natural products are also particularly abundant in medicine, and the treatment of human disease relies heavily on the work of biochemists. You might already have learnt about some antibiotics, such as penicillin. Since its discovery, it has saved millions of lives. However, the emerging problem of antibiotic resistance is now presenting a serious challenge to healthcare worldwide, meaning that biochemical research into identifying novel natural products with antibacterial properties is crucial. As you progress in this course and continue with your studies, you will encounter countless other examples of how biochemistry continues to address challenges faced by society worldwide, and appreciate how it can improve and influence many aspects of our lives.